Enter the haunted realm of sorcery and beware of the evil that lurks, as we try to predict what kind of curios we could expect in the upcoming set of Gothic.
So what are curios? We thought we would just give you a brief introduction in case you're new to the game. Curios are a special kind of cards. They are outside the main pool of cards for each release. And these curios can be different kinds. They can be sketch cards, they can be alternate language, they have a lot of historical references to how the game was developed. There are a lot of different kinds of curios, and we've had them for each set release all the way since the Kickstarter. For Gothic, which is the next set coming up for Sorcery, we are thinking what kind of curios could we see there, and this video is going to be about the curios, but also about a type of cards that we saw in Arthurian Legends for the first time, which were the gilded cards, which were a special subset, and we have some pretty fun guesses as to what kind of specialty cards we could see in Gothic. For each release, we have been keeping a track of what kind of curios, how to find them, and how you can really tell them apart, especially those that have alternate art or just inverted art. So if you are interested in knowing more about the curios from the previous sets and also follow the population number, please come and join our Discord server where we track all the curios and the population number. The link is down below in the description.
So before we go into the curios, we just want to address one thing, and that is of course specialty cards. In Arthurian Legends we saw for the first time specialty cards. The specialty cards were by Elvira Shakirova, and they were done in a medieval illustrated manuscript style. These had the gilded foil treatment on top of it, and the cards were not playable because they had no rules text on them, but they had some very cool flavor text. The cards sort of fit together, and there were 11 in total, 10 of the Grail Knights and the Holy Grail itself. The gilded cards were something brand new for Arthurian Legends, and they were sort of the chase cards of the set. We hadn't seen these sort of chase cards in any previous sorcery sets. So we are wondering if we're going to see this sort of chase cards in Gothic. But then again, they might not be in the set of Gothic because the set of Arthurian Legends was a sort of small set, which also means that people didn't need to buy that many boxes. So to incentivize people to buy maybe more boxes, we had these very cool chase cards in the set. Gothic is going to be the biggest set in Sorcery to date, so we might not see specialty cards because there won't be this sort of need for having some chase cards, because you're going to be wanting to collect the entire set, and that is going to also mean that you're going to buy more booster boxes. But that doesn't mean, of course, that we couldn't see specialty cards in Gothic, and if we're going to see them, we have a few ideas of just what they might look like.
So before Jens jumps into explaining what he thinks might be the specialty cards in Gothic, we would really like to know from you. Do you like or enjoy these types of specialty cards, or would you prefer that it was just the main set and then the curios? How do you feel about it? Let us know down in the comment section.
So here's my guess to what the specialty cards, if they are in Gothic, might look like. I think that we're going to continue the trend of having a sort of spotlight on a specific artist. So I think one artist is going to do some very cool horror versions of some of the great evil monsters lurking in Gothic. So a spotlight with one artist doing some other alternative takes on the horrendous monsters.
In keeping with the whole theme of Gothic and horror and making it creepy, I think we might see some specialty cards that focus on some of the good characters or good influences in the set, and then do a version where they've been defiled or desecrated. Pretty much just like we've seen with these consecrated grounds that Caio Calisans did, and now we've seen there's also a desecrated ground. I think it would be really cool to see some of these bright light characters defiled by evil in the set.
The art is such a big deal in Sorcery, so of course seeing the creation of the art and also the process of the art is a big thing, and therefore I think that sketch curios might also come back in the set of Gothic. Sketch curios has been a part of Sorcery all the way back to the Alpha and Kickstarter edition, so I think we might see them return in Gothic. And speaking of art, we also know that Sorcery is very highly influenced of other TCGs. Magic, of course, but also some smaller games like Guardians. And we have seen a lot of the art from Guardians having appeared in the set of Gothic. So I think we're going to see some curio cards with art from Guardians. Or we might even see some Guardians cards return to Sorcery as curios. Another type of curios I think we're going to see is the alternate language curios. We saw the alternate language curios appear in Arthurian Legends for the first time, and there was one in French and one in Japanese. And I think we're going to continue this this trend. And we know that some artists are very big in the set of Gothic. Of course, Brian Smith, but also the Swedish artist Mattias Frisk. And in a tournament, we actually saw an Elvira Shakirova in Swedish, so might we see some Curio cards in Swedish in the set of Gothic? I believe we will.
If you're enjoying this video about possible curios in the set of Gothic, please do be sure to smash the like button and consider becoming a subscriber. It really helps us out and we would really appreciate it. Thank you. Another thing that we've seen in the curios since the beginning with the alpha set is alternate art. And this means that it's the same functional card, but it will have an alternate art, maybe something that was commissioned but wasn't decided to be used in the main set, but still so cool that they wanted to sneak it in there. So probably we will see alternate art curios return again for the set of Gothic. For the final thing that we might see as a curio in Gothic, we think it's very likely that with a lot of avatars, 13 new avatars and already 17 different pieces of art for these avatars, most likely we will also see a curio avatar. I don't know which one it will be. Necromancer is already really thematic for the set, we won't know, but I think it's fairly likely that we might see a curio with an alternate art for the avatar or just something on the back. Who knows? We've had the previous Grid Lord, we don't know, but I think we're going to see some sort of spin on the curio as an avatar.
There are a lot of cool cards to hunt for in Sorcery, but the Curio cards are not the only ones. There's also plentiful of very cool promo cards. And if you want to know more about the promo cards in Sorcery, you can watch the video up here.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, a special thank you to our YouTube channel members and our Patreon members. We really appreciate all the support and we love meeting you guys at events, so please come up and say hi. And if you're not, please do consider becoming a member or a patron. It really helps the channel and it allows us to travel to a lot of the events here in Europe and hopefully next year also to the US. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.